Then for retirements, we will go here and select the mode that say retirements. Then again, we will just select the create new. And then you can do mass retirements on the tool. Then with the same template, you also will do the reinstatements. Then let me go here and download information from one book. I could say here the book, I would say the China book. Do I have access to the book here? And then here in the fully reserved assets, I will say exclude. These are assets, the fully reserved assets are completely depreciated, and the fully retired assets also will exclude them from my download because I don't want to see them. And then here you will see I have only 2 assets. I could retire them. Then here in the retirement action is where you will decide what to do with them. Then the retirement action could be retire, reinstate, or undo. The retire will retire the asset. The reinstate will retire an asset that was will reinstate an asset that was retired previously, and the undo will undo a retirement that was done in the same period. Then here is the retire. You will see that it's asking me for the cost retire. I could put the same cost retire, and the other one I will just put the units. Now, as you have other options here, where you can put the retirement type, the proceed of sale, the cost of removal, the retirement convention that normally by default will come what is on the asset, and some other information that you can put there, and then including how many units you are retiring, from where you are retiring those units. Especially that is important when you are doing partial retirements. Then I will do the retire for these 2 units, and then you can see what happened. And then now those 2 assets are retired. One will be retired by amount. Then now this will be with 0 amount, and the other will be retired by units. Then both options are possible, similar to what happened in Oracle. Now, if you notice, these 2 finish with the status pending, and they will stay with the status pending until the gain and loss or the depreciation is run in the system. And this is how Oracle operates. Then it's nothing that is unique from Morpho Apps. This is something that Oracle is doing. Then if I re-download these guys, will happen the same. They will still be in a status pending. Oh, I'm downloading with the retirement ID. Sorry for that. Then if I download these 2 guys with the asset number, you will see that they are in a status pending. Then in this point, I can do the undo. However, if those retirements were already processed, I will be unable to do the undo, and I will need to do a reinstatement. Then you see now, if I re-download them, it's like here nothing happens, and I undo the retirement, and then that if you run now your gain and loss or your depreciation, they will not be there because they were deleted in some way. Now, if I look for assets that I want to reinstate, I can just look for restrict to only fully retired assets, and I could look for a specific book. Then in this case, I would say the IT Corp. I will say download. Nothing. Let me see what other books I have here that probably have data. ADB Corp. And then here, with these assets that are fully retired, you will see that here are some of them that are in status pending. some of them that instead of reinstate. Then if you were going to reinstate one asset that was already retired, you would just change the status here in the retirement action. You will just put reinstate. In this case, I don't have any that can be reinstated because they are all in a status pending. Let me see if I can find other assets there without putting any information. Then these ones that are processed, I can just reinstate, and then that will reinstate the asset and make it back to the system as if it was back from the thing. However, here will tell me also an error where the transaction date needs to be on the current date, in the current year. And we'll do the same validations that you have in Oracle. And here it's telling me about the transaction date. And then these probably are assets that are very old, then for that is just complaining about that. Let me try to find another one that can be this probably will be. If you see this one didn't have any problem because it's more current date, then it's always important that then if you want me to know, let me go to the bottom here. I will download again this asset that was just reinstated. Obviously I need to put the number in the right place. Download just the cheat data. Then now this asset has been reinstated and then will not be back until I run again my depreciation and my gain and loss process. Then that is how you do the retirement and the reinstate.